to Palo Alto, California, the farm and the home of the Stanford Cardinals. As we'll see a team from the Pac-12, the Washington Huskies, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Stanford Cardinals. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Washington likely to try to boot it deep to get things started. On the move from inside his 5. He's out of bounds at the 31 after a nice return. So Stanford's offense will get the ball first. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off of defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense. And if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of these guys, David, have proven they can make circus-level catches.
I mean, when they're not open, they're open. I mean, they can make the dynamic catches, the contested catches. They have the speed. They are two of the best playmakers in all of the country. So whenever an offense has the football today, you're going to like the show.
Punts it out of the air. Oh, he's got some space. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Stanford wants to push the pace.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Bring in the heat. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early this football game.
Stanford lines up to punt it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. So the Washington Huskies offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And they are led up front by a powerful offensive line that opens up an array of possibilities, Jesse.
No question it's the identity of this offense. Multiple players up front that are going to play in the National Football League. This unit is going to be up for the Joe Moore Award at the end of the year for the outstanding O-line, David. They are going to try and establish the line of scrimmage with their physicality.
Man, it's a tremendous challenge with this defensive line, because you know that. Like, you've got to be aggressive. You've got to be physical. I've got to take away their ability to run the football first. This unit's nasty. They're dirty. I love them.
Looking to fire. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. He gets a block. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
Second down, he'll throw it. Fires to the big fella. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
The Cardinal come to the line facing third and short. Trying to pick it up on the ground. At the 20, he's got space. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinal!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He smashes his way through again. That is not what he had in mind on that return as he goes out of bounds and leaves the offense with terrible field position at the 8. Well, this is not what the doctor ordered in terms of starting field position. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Man, oh man, that ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have it.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
Gets it out to the 22 before going out of bounds, and they are suddenly out of trouble. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
The Huskies have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Got his man out to the 35-yard line and a little extra breathing room with that 15-yard pickup.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Finds his target down the middle. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Washington coming to the line with another first down. Power football with the run. He has the first and still on his feet. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Wow, how about the stop-start speed? That reminds you of Napoleon Kaufman or Bishop Sankey, Myles Gaskin, great Washington Husky running backs of years past that just made defenders look silly.
He'll take a shot. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
And that's how pressure on a quarterback can affect the passing game. They were able to get after him on that play, and as a result, the QB made a bad decision, forcing that football into double coverage.
Reads it, fires complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. They've moved it to the 25, but now facing a 3rd and long. Off the play fake. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that one.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. And they will score. Touchdown, Washington. Extra point here will tie the game. backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. But the offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He found some really good running room on that one. It just about got loose. As it is, good return to set up the drive. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Here comes the offense on second down. Wants to go up top. Looking deep. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
Looks to me on that deep ball like he was forcing it a little bit. You got to be careful as a quarterback. You're not trying to outduel the other guy who just threw a touchdown pass. You're just trying to win the game. So just execute the plays. The ball goes to who it's designed to go to. If that means you got to turn around and hand it off, then that's what you got to do. But I think on that last deep ball, QB forcing it a little bit.
Looking downfield on first down. They'll run the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass, as it just never developed.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up, got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big game.
And they'll move the chains, and a good way to wrap up the first quarter. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Running back searching for a hole. Creates a little room. Does the first down and more. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football. Be physical. Get a big game.
He'll do it himself. Rides the back on the option. The give. He's all the way down to the 3. Electric run has him set up.
And this defense has to be so disciplined. Like, you just got to understand, I can't all go for the quarterback. And too much attention on the quarterback. We didn't play the pitch really well. That's why this offense is really hard to stop.
Trying to pound their way in. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Looking for the goal line. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. This whole red zone offense thing has been a little shaky. They've been stopped twice already. Maybe they ought to try looking for the end zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Stanford!
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And he won't quite make it back to the 20-yard line as he goes out of bounds at the 19. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Fires to the big fella. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Back to pass. Complete downfield. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense. Part of the DNA of the Washington offense has been a guy who can get it done with his arm.
And just finding a guy that makes everybody around you better, that can make the right decisions, that can highlight your skill positions. That's what gets the Washington fans going crazy, going nuts, and that's when they have those great football teams.
Wants to go up top on first down. No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35. And that is where defensive ends make their money, by getting to the quarterback and knocking him down.
Dang, Skippy, that's what you want to be. You want to be a double-digit sack guy. You want to be a guy that puts pressure on the quarterback.
And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack.
All right, that's when the offensive line has got to be able to communicate and pick up. When that inside linebacker comes running through the A gap or the B gap, those O-linemen, they've got to work together.
He lobs one high down the left side. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. Washington sends out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Gets it out quickly. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Offense gets set for second down. They go to the ground. Just plowing ahead. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23. What perfect execution on that big run. Everything perfectly blocked, and this guy doesn't need a lot of room.
I love how this offensive line communicates and works up front. You see guys winning their one-on-one battles. There's double teams happening. Guys are getting into the second level and creating big lanes for this running back.
This defense might be reeling after those last two, and now facing first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Cardinal!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Going right to work up top. Makes the grab. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run it up the middle, try different things to see what you need.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third down, he drops to throw. Got his man in the middle. He's brought down at the 49. That is well short of the first down. guys there trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. And that is textbook instructional video. Out of bounds right around the goal line. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute that.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Stanford with a lot of options here on 2nd and short. They'll leave it with him. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
Defense thinking run all the way, and you can tell they sell out. They stuff the run. Now it's 3rd and short. Will they run again? You're going to force them to pass the football.
They knock him down, but he gets enough to give Stanford a 1st down.
Well, when you've had the day that this guy has had so far, why not hand it off to him on 3rd down, right? At this point, you're almost basically expecting him to find a way to pick it up, and he does exactly that. This guy has been a monster all game.
Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they kick-started this drive with that one. Stanford gets set to snap it on 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. That's caught. It's Benedict.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. The defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
They'll keep it on the ground. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
This is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that 1st down.
Stanford at the line on 1st down. Let's see if they lean on that offensive line. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. To the air on 1st down. Good timing on the quick out. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple 1st downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
Got it in the middle. It's Benedict. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. Timeout. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Quarterback gets the 1st down and more. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. Ball spotted at the 27. It's 1st and 10. Going for it all. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Stanford!
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all 1st half. Running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, Dave?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
You just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You have got to be so smart. You're going to be aggressive with your decision-making.
How about that? Just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
Clock still running, almost certainly the last play of the half. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. And he takes this one back to the line of scrimmage, a rather anticlimactic end to the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, after seeing that, sign me up for another 2 quarters there in Palo Alto. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis. And through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify.
On the move from inside his 5. He steps out of bounds just across the 20 at the 21. Decent starting field position here. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
Sometimes the timing of the screenplay, it takes a little bit of time to get some depth and a little bit of acting by the quarterback and the running back. Well, they didn't win an Oscar. Let's put it that way. Not good acting. That play went nowhere. The screen pass was not successful.
Got him downfield. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. The 20. Touchdown, Huskies. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Man, it's not an accident. They're featuring this guy. His second receiving touchdown of the game. That's your job as a coach. Find my playmakers, get them the ball so they can do damage and have games like this right here.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. Their lead now down to 14. Might feel a little game pressure on this drive. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. This time stopped behind the line of scrimmage, and they're probably saying, finally, what a night he's had.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
Stanford comes to the line, and that first down marker is a long way away. Motion from the wideout. Quick touch pass to the receiver. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's 4th down. And here comes the punt team. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. It'll bounce out of bounds, and they'll spot it at the 40. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They've clearly found that dude. They score here, we're in for a ball game.
And the slant is really a difficult route to defend against if you're a DB in man coverage, especially when you have no help on the inside. So if you're the offense and you continue seeing that coverage, you might as well keep attacking it just like that.
They got 0 push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield. Washington sends out the punt team. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Catches it at the 15. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. looking to throw on first down. Buys a little time. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
They're dealing with a second and long. Grabbed in the middle. It's Benedict. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover and pick up the first.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Stanford at the line, needing to convert on third and short. Quarterback may change this route. Calls his own number. And the defense had his hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down.
Well, they try to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
A couple of yards shy of the first down marker, but they've decided this. They can't corral the catch. The ball's on the ground. Oh, the loose ball recovered by the offense, but they don't have enough for the first down. It'll be a turnover on downs. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Use the play fake. Now to throw. And it's a fumble after that huge gain. Defense got it. They're on the run.
And that's a huge play by the defense. Great job and great effort getting to the ball carrier and swatting at the football, knocking it out, and then falling on it for a massive fumble recovery.
Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time. It put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession, they went for it. They rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
Thanks to grab.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
The Cardinal come to the line facing third and short. To the ground to try to pick up the first. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling there out to the 35.
You can really feel the momentum changing in this game now, can't you? The defense comes away with a massive takeaway deep in their own end. And here's the offense on the third play of this drive, getting the first down and doing it running the football. Everything seems to be shifting in this team's favor.
Handoff from the gun. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Now the play fake. Throws to the tight end. They needed a big play, and they got it, and the foot down for the first down.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
This defensive end is an animal. He already has 2 sacks, and we're only in the third quarter. I'd move him around a little bit more defensively so that the offense has no idea where he's lining up. Because right now, man, he is feasting.
Looking left. A strike downfield. Touchdown, Cardinal! He got a step and just dusted the field.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Pressure coming. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
It's a smart decision by the quarterback, but it's a frustrating one also because you're trailing in this game and you know you've got to hit some of these throws to get back in it. But the defense is doing such a good job in coverage. Nobody's open, so you've got to throw that one away. Smart decision, but it's a tough decision to make.
And that is not where you want to miss. You do not want to miss high over the middle. A lot of that times that turns into an interception. He doesn't get that, but he's got to lower that football and give his receiver a chance to make a play.
Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. And the Huskies have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
He's got his man across the middle. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Looking downfield on 1st down. Got a man. It's Humphries. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. Final stands in the game, and we'll start with the 1st down. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Quickly to the tight end.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
From the gun, running back on the move. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down.
Big moment here for the defense. Can you come up with one more stop? You've got the lead. It's 4th and short. You're kind of in no man's land, so you're expecting them to go for it. If you can get off the field right here, you can win this game.
They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
And they decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback, not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
Offense in a bunch formation. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Got the back over the middle. Turns it on in midfield. There he goes to the left. Touchdown, Stanford! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. These running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points, and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. The give to the back. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Huskies lining up, just needing a few tough inches on 3rd down. Surging forward on the sneak. He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. Trying to do it on the ground. He's not going to make it, and what a big stop for this defense, and they might be able to put this thing away. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. On the ground, it's Witherspoon. Able to make the tackle, but not before he gets 5 yards down to the 21.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
The Cardinal can be aggressive here on 2nd and short. To the ground with the back. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it. He's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Cardinal. Excellent pass by the back on the option.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the fourth quarter.
14.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
This quarterback has been really good today. Has been on top of it, seeing things really, really well. That pass right there put him over the 300-yard mark. That's a pretty good day.
Fakes the grab on the left. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. He wants to throw it again. Fakes the grab. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. This Washington offense moving quickly down the field. Out of the gun to give to the back. Can't get him to the ground. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
When I got a stud quarterback like they do, I'm going to protect him. I'm going to make sure that I keep him upright because he can do some serious damage. But this defense applying pressure and applying the hammer in this football game.
Working that left side now. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And nobody able to field that punt as it rolls out of bounds. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page. 2nd
down coming up. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. Let's see what they've got on second down. He wants to change this route. Going to swing it on second down. He's got the back in the middle. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
Nice job by the running back catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
Looking to throw on first down. Got a man. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Stanford with a lot of options here on 2nd and short. The give as they work on that clock. Inside the 35. Breaks into the open. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
And I think as a running back, if you're this guy, you're licking your chops right now. This is what you want, right? You've got a big lead in the fourth quarter, and you're smiling because you know you are going to get the rock. They're going to force feed you the football to try and ice this game. He's paying him off right now. That's a really nice run.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll try the run.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
Leaves it with the back. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
56, Washington, 14.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. His drive will open from the 15. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Fires to the right. They've avoided the interception all day, but they're lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Trying play action. A deep throw as the clock winds down. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. But they still do count it for 6.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking for space. It's Witherspoon. Turning it on. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. To the air on first down. Throws to the back. On target. They get the timeout and the clock reads 3 seconds. And after this play, the cake will be baked. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And on that short gain, that will bring us to the end of this game. Now this team has consecutive